Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys the story on everything that has been going on with me for like the past 3 to 4 days. Um, Before I get into like what actually happened, I'm gonna tell you guys like everything leading up to what happened, like the backstory and everything. So, okay, I don't know if I should be pulling up dates or not. Like, I don't know. Hold on, guys. All right, so hold on, guys. Thursday, January 30th. I went out on a date with a man from Facebook dating, okay? For those of you who know, who've been watching my channel for a while, I used to do not Facebook dating, but I used to do dating vlogs, Tinder vlogs, Hinge vlogs, whatever. So I downloaded Facebook dating, in hopes to bring back dating vlogs, but this time it would be Facebook dating vlogs just because, I wanted to try a different dating thing. The dating vlogs brought in a lot of views and money for me. I've never really ran into any issues with it before. So yeah, I decided, like, hey, like, I'm single, I'm bored, I guess. I want to bring in more money, more views. So let me just bring back the dating vlog. So on so Thursday, January 30th, I decided to go out with this man. There was a vlog posted about this. I did vlog this, but it has since been taken down. So yeah, if you guys are gonna go back and try to find it and watch it, it has been taken down, and I will lead up to like how that became about as well. So we met up. He Ubered me from my house to Jack Astor's at Dundas Square or whatever. We went out for dinner. I vlogged like me getting ready-ish for it. I vlogged me like walking towards like the place, meeting up with him. We had dinner. He didn't really eat or anything. The whole night he kept telling me how tense I look, whatever. I don't know if I should be getting into details like this. The whole point of this is to just tell my story, so I don't know. Maybe I should just leave details about him out. Anyway, so we went out to dinner, then we went back to his place. We went back to his place. We ended up engaging in sexual activity. I had vlogged his bathroom, as I usually do in my dating vlogs, as I have many times before. Am I saying that as in like that's an okay thing to do? No, I'm aware like what I do is like, not exactly, what's the word? Like nice, I guess. No. Because I've never like, okay, so like when I go out on these dating vlogs, if you guys have seen them in the past, like I'll film me in the bathroom, be like, hey, like I'm in the bathroom, da da da. And so I did that. I filmed me in the bathroom. I filmed like parts of his bathroom. I filmed one little conversation of us in the living room. I filmed me like in the living room, just like on like his couch or whatever. Anyways, so I ended up leaving his house after that. I posted the vlog, whatever. And then he had been texting me, asking me to hang out again. So he asked me to hang out again on, just give me a second, guys. I gotta pull this up. I should have screenshotted this before I started it, but clearly I didn't think that far ahead. He asked me to hang out again on, okay, on Thursday, February 6th, he said, hey, you, how have you been? I said, pretty good, kind of sick. How about you? He said, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you if you wanted to order a pizza, chill, and fool around for a bit tonight. But since you're sick, I suppose that you probably won't be able to come. Also had a nice surprise for you. This is like key information here. Also had a nice surprise for you. It's all good. I'll show it to you another time. Okay? That's key information. That was Thursday, February 6th. Then we said that we were going to chill the next week on the Thursday. I said I had to host an event at a club, which when I got the dates mixed up, I didn't actually end up having to host. Then he said, how about Friday? Then I said, never mind, my thing is next week, Thursday's fine. He said, okay, perfect, see you Thursday. I said, okay, sounds good. Then he texted me on Wednesday, February 12th, said, hey, you, is 9 p.m. okay for tomorrow? Anyways, the date came around. He ended up being sick. He sent me a picture of Tylenol and Gravol saying he tried to fight it off. He couldn't, and he was horny, and it sucks that he couldn't fight it away because he's horny or whatever. Anyways, didn't end up chilling. Then we made plans for for the Sunday. He said we could chill on Sunday. I messaged him. I said, so I'm guessing you don't want to chill tonight anymore. He said, oh shit, forgot we were supposed to see each other. Tonight doesn't work. I have a midterm and a presentation. He is in school. That's also, I feel like, key information here. Then he asked if we could chill Thursday. I said, I'm hosting an event at a party. Then he said Friday. I said, Friday works. He said, okay, perfect. See you Friday. So Friday comes around, the Friday that just passed. He messaged me. He said, I'm calling the Uber right now. What's your address? Ordered my Uber, went to his house, okay? I went to his house and, holy shit, I didn't even start talking about it yet. Hold on. I went to his house and we hung out. I took my little vlog before I went. Why I went back a second time, I just wanted to do a second part of the vlog, in all honesty. Is that the best idea? Probably not. Do I have the best ideas all the time? Not really. But yeah, the first vlog did good. I would thought, hey, let me go back for a second vlog. I have no interest in this man or anything. The whole purpose was solely for the vlog, if I'm being completely honest. For those of you who watch my lives, you can attest to that. I think that's the word. Anyways, so I went to his house. I got in there. As soon as I walked into his apartment, the first thing he said to me was that I looked tense. Again, the first time we hung out, he would not stop talking about how tense I looked or whatever. Anyways, he told me I looked tense. He asked if I ever smiled. I hinted a bit of an attitude from him, I'm not gonna lie. I even texted the group chat that I have with my mods and I said, he's being kind of rude. I felt a little bit of a weird energy when I got in, but nothing too red flaggy, so I just continued to hang out with him. We turned on American Pie. He asked me why I'm sitting so far from him or whatever. I cuddled up next to him. Then we started to fool around, as he says, I guess. We participated in sexual activity again. And then after he went down on me or whatever, he asked me if I wanted to do 69, and I was like, no, I don't want to. Or I said no, and then he said, why not? And I said, no, I don't want to. And then he said, okay, I want to. And he was kind of just I don't know, that was kind of a red flag too, because it was just kind of an aggressive tone. Then he asked me if I could give him, oral, and I said no. And then he said, why? And I said, because I just got my lips done. And he was saying something like, why would you get your lips done knowing you were gonna come over and we were going to be doing sexual things? Anyways, fast forward, we finished fooling around or whatever, and I look at him and I say okay, I'm gonna head out soon. And then he says, okay. He turns off the movie. And he's like, oh, before you go, I forgot about your surprise. And I was like, okay. And he turned on my YouTube channel onto the TV. More specifically, the video of me vlogging me going there. And I don't know exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, you have some explaining to do, or something like, we need to talk about this or something. I don't recall exactly what his words were, but it was something along the lines of that. So I just kind of look at him and I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna go. And like, I started to like, you know, go to grab my purse or whatever so I could leave. He said, no, you're not going anywhere. I said, yeah, like, I'm gonna head out. And he said, no, you're not going anywhere. I went to go get up. He got up and he starts blocking me from leaving. For like a visual image, his living room, like when you first walk in, like there's the kitchen, then you have to like turn this way and there's like a closet and like a thing that holds blankets or whatever, and then his couch is like in the middle of the living room. So I got up from the couch, I tried to leave, and I had tried to like turn this way and the door was like over here. He got up, he started blocking me. Okay, boom. So he starts blocking me. I'm like, I'm going home, like, let me go. He said no. He's like, you're not going anywhere. Then he starts mouthing off about my video, talking about how I've been talking about him, about how he's gonna call the cops on me, about how what I did was illegal, about how he's reached out to YouTube to get my channel taken down. They asked him for like evidence or whatever, and that all that stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to think here. Anyways, so he was telling me that I need to take the video down, blah, blah, blah. So, give me a second, guys. I wrote it in my journal. It's so hard for me to just like remember like kind of off the bat what the fuck happened. But he was being really aggressive, you know, taking a really aggressive tone with me. I started to get really scared. Oh yeah, he kept asking to see my phone, telling me to take down the video, saying he contacted YouTube, being very aggressive, yelling at me, still blocking me from leaving. Was really, like, I already said he was being really aggressive. He was like, you do YouTube for validation because you're a disgusting fat slut, you're dirty, da 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 da. Just saying how disgusting I am, like hard to look at. I started to scream for help because I, at that point, realized he was not letting me leave. Any attempt that I made to try to leave, he would block me off. He is like 6'1", 6'2". He's not necessarily the easiest person to just shove aside and get away from. Anyways, he kept telling me to remove the video and any videos that I had in my phone of him. I took out my phone and yeah, but I took out my phone, I deleted the video. That literally still was not good enough for him. He was still telling me, like, let me see your phone. He kept trying to get me to give him his phone and show him videos that I had in my camera roll and make sure that all those were deleted, etc. I'm not exactly sure at what point I started to scream for help, but I do recall screaming for help quite a few times. Like, he was looking like really scary, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was really scared. I always, like, you know, I've always thought about these situations and how, like, oh, like, yeah, if this ever happens, like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. In the moment, I just froze the fuck up. Like, all I could think about is just trying to stay, like, calm, trying to, like, listen to what he was saying by, you know, deleting the video, everything like that. I didn't try to fight back or anything. I felt that if I did try to fight back or anything, the more aggressive he would get and the more angry he would get and the more violent. Well, he didn't get violent at this point yet, but I felt like he was going to get violent if I got violent. If I tried to fight him off or anything, that would just make him more mad. It would escalate the situation. So I just tried to stay calm in the moment. But yeah, so after I had deleted the video, he kept trying to see my phone to see if I had more videos of him that needed to be deleted. I told him no repeatedly. I knew I was in danger and I wouldn't have time to go to my phone to call 911. I was on this phone. He kept trying to get to my phone. I basically had to like go like this, basically. The only thing I could really think of is I went in and I just clicked, you know, whoever was here, and I called them. So I called my friend and I was screaming for help and I said, call 911. And he then proceeded to hang up the call on me. He just kept saying, hang up the call, hang up whoever you're calling, hang up. And then he decided to hang up the call for me. After he hung up the call for me, I was screaming for help again because he was getting even more aggressive. Like, he was genuinely scaring the fucking shit out of me. Tried to take my phone from me, screaming at me and being aggressive. He then choked me from behind. He came behind me and he started choking me from behind. He pulled me from my neck down to the ground and continued to choke me like this. My neck has been like swollen and hurting all weekend. Today after showering, I just realized in the mirror that I have bruises. I've never been more happy to see bruises because now I have more evidence that he did in fact assault me. But yeah, he choked me like this as I was on the ground. I started screaming for help even louder. Obviously, help did not come. He was choking me from behind, brought me down to the ground, still choking me. I'm screaming for help again. He lets me go and he took my phone from my hand and he put it up to my face to try to get it to unlock it. When I'm wearing makeup, my phone does not recognize my face, so it therefore did not unlock, fortunately. Anyway, so I ended up getting up. Throughout this whole ordeal too, he was threatening to K me, Kill me, which was part of the reason I was screaming for help and screaming for somebody to call 911. As we were arguing, I tried to get more and more close to the door so that I could, like, you know, make a run for it, just get away from him. I honestly just wanted to get out of the apartment. I was basically just like trapped like in his apartment. It's just I figured that, you know, once I got closer to the door and like outside of his actual apartment, like I'd feel like, you know, more at ease, like safer. I almost left without my shoes. Actually, I didn't even have my shoes on me or anything. My jacket, my keys, everything were still in his place. All I had on me was my purse and my phone until he took it. I almost ended up leaving without my shoes on. I kept going closer and closer to the door and just trying to, you know, just get away from him. I end up making it to the door. I unlock his apartment. He's standing in the doorway of his door. I'm like right in front of his door, and he's in the doorway. He told me that he was going to keep my phone. But now that I had been outside of his apartment, I felt safer, and I decided to ask for my phone back. He wasn't giving back my phone. He was still being aggressive towards me, so I reached my hand towards the fire alarm and tried to figure out how to pull it. He was telling me no, like don't touch it, like whatever, and he chucked my phone down the hallway. He then told me if I ever speak about him on my channel again, he is going to come to my apartment and kill me because he knows where I live, because he had ordered my Uber. I know I'm sitting here telling the story time, even though I just told you that he said he was going to kill me if I speak about him on my channel, but this is my story and I'm telling my story, and you're not going to scare me into posting on my channel about something that happened to me. I then started to run towards the front of the apartment, scared that he was going to come after me. I picked up my phone. I called my friend back, and I was literally hysterical, screaming, crying. I told him to call 911. I got out of the apartment. I heard a door open, what I thought was him coming after me, but I guess it wasn't because there was nobody there. But I went out into the freezing cold. I walked up the street to get away from his apartment, you know, so that I was more safe. And yeah, I was just hysterical. I was literally screaming, crying, shaking. There was a neighbor walking by. He was walking his dog. He stopped. He stayed with me while I waited for my ride. My friend ended up ordering an Uber to me. He was not close enough to come just pick me up. So the closest option was for him to order an Uber for me to go to him. Sorry. He then, as soon as I left his house, he had texted me. This is what he had texted me. He said, I hope for your sake that you deleted the video, or else I'll go to the cops. Never mention me again on your fucking channel. You can come grab your coat and your keys. This is the moment that I had realized that I had left my keys in my jacket pocket and that I couldn't even get into my apartment. You can come grab your coat and your keys. I won't hurt you, but I will have your channel deleted though. Just a heads up. I have downloaded the video already, just so you know. The fact that he texted me that, talking about how he's going to call the cops after just literally basically holding me a captive in his apartment and choking me out on the ground, is fucking beyond me. I don't know how on earth he thought that he was going to be able to call the cops and just, you know, hey, 911, this girl posted about me on her channel. Oh yeah, but I also just held her captive in my apartment and choked her on the ground. Can you guys come and arrest her? Like, I don't know how the fuck he thought. I guess he saw it playing out different in his head. Maybe he thought that I was just gonna run off and let him get away with it. But no. Your threats, no, I'm not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can threaten me, you can... I'm not somebody that's just gonna let somebody get away with pulling shit like that with me, so... I'm literally shaking right now. Holy fucking shit. Okay. Anyways. yeah, I can just tell it right off by this. Anyways, so I then Ubered to my friend. My friend then drove me to the police station to give a statement. I gave a statement. They went and picked him up and had him in custody. They grabbed my jacket and my keys for me, brought the jacket and keys to the police station for me. I was literally in the police station by myself, shaking, both from being cold and in literal fucking shock at what had just happened. I am obviously aware that I played a part in this by posting the video and all of that stuff and talking about him online, but I don't think that justifies what he did to me. I have been in situations before where the men that I have logged the dates have found out about the video and they, you know, asked me like a fucking normal person to take down the video. Never have somebody premeditated doing all this to me, you know. The whole surprise thing, like he planned this whole thing out. The fact that he had to get one last nut off of me before doing this is honestly just fucking sicko behavior. There's just so many things that like make me feel so uneasy about the situation. Like the fact that he planned it out, the fact that he had to have sex with me one last time, the fact that he thought, like, the fact that he called me a disgusting, dirty, fat slut or whatever after having sex with me for a second time. The fact that he thought that he was going to be able to call the cops on me after he choked me out and everything. Like, everything is just so beyond me. I don't really know how to feel. This honestly is not my first time being assaulted by a man, obviously, and it probably won't be my last. But I feel like a lot of people have been trying to tell me how I'm supposed to be reacting or how I'm supposed to be acting or whatever after all of this. We're not the same, you know, everybody's different, everybody reacts differently. I refuse to let this stop me from continuing to live my life. Obviously, there are safety measures that I have taken. I have told my building to not, you know, about the situation, not that he is not allowed in the building, anything like that. I came home after the police station after being there for hours. I stayed on live for like 6 hours. I don't even know, maybe longer. Because I just didn't really know who to turn to exactly. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know who to talk to. I felt like going live was like my comfort thing for me. A lot of people felt the need to comment and say, personally, if that happened to me, I wouldn't be on live right now. Okay, well, that's like, I'm not you. So that's that. I feel like a lot of people expect me to just curl up in a fucking ball and cry and just be an anxious mess for days and days on end, and I'm not allowing a man to have that power over me. Anyways, needless to say, the dating series is not happening anymore. In the future, will I vlog a dating thing? Probably yes. Will I be showing the inside of their place and everything again? Probably not. The fact that this whole thing is over a fucking YouTube video and me saying some things on the internet about him is insane, and the male ego is a very fucking fragile thing. Anyways, came home after being at the police station for hours. I gave my video statement and I stayed on live. Then I decided I did not want to be here. I did not want to be alone. I did not know how I was going to react being alone. I was still in shock. I didn't know how to feel or anything. So I decided to call my father. I called my father. I gave him a little bit of a rundown of what happened. I asked him if I could come there. I then went to the hospital because when I went to the police station, they were asking me if I wanted a ambulance or anything like that, and I said no because You know, I didn't think there was any damage done or anything. I didn't think there was enough damage done for me to need to go to see a doctor or anything. But after being home for a while and the shock wore off, my neck was really hurting. It has been swollen all weekend. The bruises literally just appeared. I don't know when they appeared, but I just noticed them today. I have sent in pictures to the officer working on the case. I went to the hospital to get it checked out. Went to the hospital to get it checked out because I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any damage done, as I heard that after being choked it can take a while for effects to actually happen or whatever. But yeah, I got checked out. Sorry guys. As you can see, multi-system trauma, blunt diagnosis, assault. They said that it was not broken or anything, and they gave me Tylenol and Advil and sent me home. I came home, or no, I didn't come home after that. I packed my stuff before I went to the hospital. Then I went to my dad's. I walked into my dad's house. I told him I'm tired because I had stayed up all fucking night. I don't think I was able to sleep in my own place without feeling scared for my life. So also, I just want to note that while I was being held in his apartment, I definitely multiple times did feel that he was going to end up in me. It was a very, very, very scary feeling. And I am beyond thankful that I made it out and that these are the only injuries that I sustained from the whole thing. Anyways, yeah, and then after the police station, one of my mods came and picked me up from there. She came for emotional support, but by the time she arrived, I was already done making a statement. She picked me up, we went for food, and then she dropped me home. There are a lot of my quote-unquote friends who have not reached out to me at all after this. I have not heard from them or anything. This situation has really brought to light who I can count on and who I can't. Anyways, so I finished up at the hospital. I then Ubered over to my father's because I did not feel safe at home. It was still really fresh. I didn't want to be alone. I wanted emotional support from those who I was closest with. I went to my dad's. I walked in and I said I needed to rest. He said, okay, you can go upstairs and sleep it off or whatever. Do whatever you need to do. I went upstairs. I slept. I woke up. He was gone. I then called him. He was just basically telling me, you know, what any father would in the situation. Just don't go to men's houses, you know, meet them in a public spot, etc. Be more careful. I then went to my friends. I stayed at my friends for 2 nights, and now I am currently home, and I will be having somebody stay with me for a few days as well. That is the story. I have reached out to victim services. I will be reaching out to victim witnesses to kind of get, you know, a rundown on what's going on with the case, if he's going to be charged, if he is, with what. Yeah, but as I was saying before, I feel like a lot of people just have so much to say about how I'm supposed to be reacting to this or how I'm supposed to be acting and everything, and it's just kind of annoying because I literally just got off my antidepressants. You know, I was doing well mentally for the most part. I had just started my 75 soft and everything. I was going to the gym. obviously I did eat bad and not go to the gym over the weekend. It's currently Tuesday. But I do want to get back into the gym. I don't want to let this stop me from living my life and doing the things that I was planning on doing. I just need to be more cautious and have safety measures in place and everything going forward. But yeah, I refuse to let a man have enough power over me to stop me from living my life and everything. He already had enough power over me to make me want to leave my fucking house for like 3 days. So yeah, I'm just I don't really know how to feel. I still feel kind of fucked up, and it's still like, you know, a really traumatizing thing to happen to you. But I don't really know, like, there's not really much I can say, because like it is like my fault because I did vlog and everything, and but even though that does not justify everything that he did, like, I don't know. Anyways, that's the story. I probably sucked ass at telling it, but I really did the best that I could. Yeah. Yeah. I really just pray that in the future he does not try anything else. And I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody who's been really helpful during this whole thing. The people that have been the most helpful are the people that I would have never, like, you know, expected. You know, the person that I reached out to, the person that got me out of like his area and everything, was somebody that I wasn't even really talking to at the moment. Like, I kind of weren't really on talking terms, I guess. Like, we hadn't been talking. The person that's gonna come stay with me, also somebody that I had like a falling out with, that I, like, you know, I just, that decided that they're gonna be here for me. My mods have been like super helpful through everything. And mind you, I haven't even met half of them. Other people in my life that have been really helpful, and the people that have been reaching out to me, thank you. It means a lot. I'm going to look into getting therapy and everything. But yeah, that, I don't know if I left anything out. Honestly, like, a lot of it is just such a blur because I was just fucking scared for my fucking life. Like, honestly, that's all I can, like, that's the only way to sum up the situation. It's literally just being scared for my fucking life. Yeah. I think that's all. I had to wait, obviously, a few days before telling this story. I have told this story over and over and over. I've cried over this situation over and over and over. I've spent days shaking and crying. So yeah. Obviously, when it comes to my other job, I won't be working for a bit just due to safety reasons. If anyone else had questions about that, that's where I'm at with that. But yeah. Oh, he was released, I think, yesterday at 1:30 a.m. I received the call. in an email saying that he has been released with strict orders to not come anywhere near me, my place, or anywhere he knows me to be. Yeah. Bye. I guess that's like the end of the video. I don't really know what else to say.